The headline of this one is investors have bought 131,000 homes in Las Vegas Valley since 2000.
24 years, 131,000 homes.
Right.
Okay.
And that's something like 5,000 homes a year.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Something like that.
So
So if I take that the headline, does that seem crazy?
Do you think that's a low number or a high number?
No, I think it's a high number, and here's why. Because here's where he gets his data. He gets his data. He starts off by saying they've purchased 131,000 homes in Las Vegas since the start of 2000. And he says Las Vegas is a particular city for investors because of its booming entertainment industry. There's reasons investors like it. He also talks about us being an Airbnb hotspot, which I'm not sure I agree with because of the local laws are really tough on short-term rentals for the most part. There aren't as many here as you might think. But if you get one,
I do think there's significant interest in them.
There certainly is.
Sure, yeah.
I get calls about it all the time.
Yeah.
But he got his data from Redfin, and Redfin defines an investor as a buyer that uses an entity such as corporation, limited liability corporation, or family trust. This is where I had an issue, is that, my home's in a family trust, my home I live in, the home I'm an owner-occupier of, and I'll bet you there's a lot of people in the Valley who own homes and put them in a family trust for the purpose of protecting them against probate court. That's why we do it here. Nevada has very good laws, favorable laws towards a family trust. Right. So if you are a homeowner, I suggest you contact an attorney and think about that. So if they're using that data, I'm not sure it's accurate at all.
So I'm going to be completely against both of you.
Okay.
I think his number is really low.
Okay.
I think that is, if you break that down over, what do you say, 20 years?
It's 5,000 a year.
It's 5,000 a year.
Yeah.
I think
I can poke at this a little bit just because you ran down corporations, LLCs, trusts.
Right.
There's plenty of individual people that buy investment properties, so they're being left out of this number.
left out.
That's true too.
So that's on the other side.
Good point.
You know?
And family trust, there's 134,000 in the Valley.
Oh, okay. You did find that.
I did. I looked it up. Yes. Now that can be with the same trust owning multiple homes.
Could be. Yeah, we don't know if there's some because you might
I think
have
the one test that needs to be done for this is, and it's not exact science, the mailing address.
Right.
You have to look at the mailing address.
Is the same as the property.
And that's not an exact science.
And then you're wrong because of second homes.
Right. Then you're going to have the second home mix in there.
You're wrong because my billing gets sent to my family lawyer who pays for everything. Out of my trust.
I figured you had a family lawyer, John.
The Lead Center for Real Estate Study, they basically say that approximately 25% of North Las Vegas alone is investment owned, and 15% of the entire valley is investment owned. I trust these numbers more than any others, and that's a significant number.
Now let's put this in context because you pulled another number for us. How many homes are there in the greater Las Vegas area?
909,503. Not 504. 505.
Right,
504.
So roughly 910,000.
So that's going up again.
910,000. This is a year ago, but 900, but a little over 900,000 homes in the valley, including total in our valley. Yeah. That's it. That's Henderson. That's Las Vegas. That's Clark County Incorporated, North Las Vegas. That's in our valley.
If you take 15% of that, you're at 130,000, 140,000.
That's So that number probably. Trading off the idea that some people may own it in their own name.
Yeah.
Investors might own a home in their own name. They shouldn't, but they might. Right. And then trade that against the idea that a lot of homes held in trust are owner occupied.
Are owner occupied too, right?
So it's a fair assessment to say that that's probably fairly accurate, I suppose.
I feel like we switched you throughout the end of that. The beginning of that, you were going to say
I was kind of upset.
Wrong.
I was like, wow, this doesn't seem right. Well, I think that the numbers
definitely flipped.
The numbers.
We don't have to make it on blast for him.
Yeah, you guys should stop beating up on the host, guys.
We're not shaming Harvey here.
But I think so the data. I'm gonna flip a little bit and say I trust Lead Center's data much more than that, and maybe they do coincide, but there's a trade-off. This is not the accurate way to count it. I will say that.
Agreed with that.
That's not the way to count it.
Most family trusts don't own investment properties.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Is that the family trust is normally there to protect an individual from probate court. That's what it's designed for.